San Francisco 49ers.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going against my dad in Madden 20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
My dad is, I'm the Patriots, and I have no idea what team my dad is.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
And I hope we win.
Coming out here led by the 28-year-old quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo, who turned 28
We're going to try to make a lot of interceptions.
This is his first year as an every-week starter. You remember last season, all the hope, all the expectation lost.
Don't get mad at me if I'm going to keep on doing goal line.
This year,
just
I think he and the rest of his team, they've broken everyone's expectations, double-digit victories. And Jimmy Garoppolo's had a strong run game to rely on, but he's had some good performances himself. Maybe most notably Week 14 out-dueling Drew Brees with a 4-touchdown performance in a big win at New Orleans. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Come on.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida.
I barely caught him before.
Chung is the one who makes the stop. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Following the pickup
okay, now I know it's a pass.
2nd and 6.
I don't know what type. Oh, pass.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Yes. And I don't think you can make a field goal from
the
here.
So-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety when I was in college.
Yeah, there's no way you can make a field goal from here.
Well, that last sack, it
maybe for like a Hail Mary, you'll get a touchdown.
They face a 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. That'll be complete to Breida. And he went backwards.
4th and 13.
30. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, yeah, we get the
ball.
ball.
It goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well,
okay, as I'm going to always do, Hail Mary.
15, and the Patriots take over.
And this
Patriots coming out for their first drive, led by quarterback Tom Brady, and it's kind of become a holiday tradition. You start doubting the Brady and the Patriots right around this time of year. Folks have been doing it for a decade now. And this year, here's what we're hearing. No fastball anymore. Doesn't have a supporting cast.
Yes, Edelman. Yes.
And he gets
this is what I'm talking about. Always do Hail Marys.
Territory.
Hail Marys are the best.
Edelman hook up for a big one. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone?
Why did I do
wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
On 2nd and 10, Brady, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Akella Witherspoon. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
That's so dumb.
Edelman was the intended target.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Okay,
yeah, he did.
Get ready.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Still can get to the QB.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. They'll let this thing. That's caught at the 25.
Are you kidding? I almost got him, and then I almost caught it also. Always
Make
something.
that now
Almost.
2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of good decision can open up to even more big
But did he catch that?
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
What was
Not
that?
easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, a run from Breida.
Oh, no.
Breida loses it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I didn't even try to do that either. That was making a touchdown. This one.
You would think
this
never
exact one we're making a
from
touchdown.
what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all
We're
the
at the
time.
10-yard line.
No one would ever turn it over.
You think we're going to get a touchdown? Last play of football.
And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
He should have caught that.
The ball away, and it falls incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver.
Okay.
And they'll bring up 2nd down.
Totally not stop.
And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
I don't want to do that.
Jaquiski came out of Samford University in Alabama. And he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
This one. Wait, didn't I just do that one?
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yes, let's do this. Let's do this. Hike.
Throwing again.
Now I'm not going to just look for this guy.
Deep for Edelman. And this is going to wind up incomplete.
How? Literally everybody touched the ball.
And now they face a 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw, and he's going to let it go deep.
Catch!
Play
Edelman, just catch it. It's really simple.
And it'll be 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Going deep here for Edelman. He's got a man complete.
Come on. Keep on going. No. Are you kidding me?
Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So on 4th down, a big-time completion, and the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle.
I'm still going to run it. I mean, totally not.
The 5 to the 3.
Totally not going to run it.
Carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter.
How?
Start of the 2nd quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Michelle. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because
you never do Hail Marys.
Hey, you're in the red zone.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
At least they didn't get you on the end zone.
Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line.
I thought it'd be,
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field.
They really don't want to get down right here.
Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Did I get him down?
He still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, to me,
yes, I got 2 points.
Because now the line that you see, that's normally something you see down the goal line. Because now, when they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
Come on, I need to get past that big guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Get out of here.
Take your shot.
Now you pretty much can't get all the way back there. Unless you run all the way back and then I smash it out of your hand to get the touchdown.
Like you said earlier, that
even though you probably won't do that.
That is a gamble defensively.
Well, you're basically just daring them to throw, and that time they took the dare and they won.
They go play action here on first down.
But it still can't sack you.
And he goes down. Kyle Van Noy coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Garoppolo.
Oh, I thought I caught that for a second. It looked like I caught it for 1 second. But then you got in front of me.
Why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about it, they did.
You know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
Okay, I got it to 30 something.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Football going back over to the New England Patriots, who, as we discussed earlier, haven't had the smoothest of roads this year. But, you know, we talked about it. They're back in the playoffs for the 11th straight season. And I mentioned that Tom Brady and people doubting him late, and here we go again. But I will say, and if you disagree, this year feels a little different, doesn't it? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
You're kidding.
Picked off by the
at least you're only at the 10
and a big
or 5 maybe.
There as his guys will get the football
You
back.
pretty much at the goal line, so I'm gonna.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his
I always do
caliber,
it.
2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well.
I thought Edelman was going to catch that 99.9%, but then, why, Dad?
I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off.
2-minute warning.
Anything, right? 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
It's almost the second half, and there's no.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights likely be on the
I'll definitely get points.
Side of the football here. Scoreless game, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup.
You're kind of doing a Hail Mary, not really.
A conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted.
Are you kidding me?
By Patrick
Don't
Chung.
tackle me.
So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard
Did you think I was
line.
actually going to do that Hail Mary right
If you're
there?
a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
That puts them in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored. Now he's over the line
Now,
and into the end
okay,
zone
now I
for
read
a
what I
Patriot
said.
score.
There's going to be points.
James White taking it in as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game. Because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Don't kneel it, don't.
Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First one not doing, what is it called? First one not doing, what is it? Goal line defense.
Here we go. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And they're going to be set in the red zone at the 15.
Yeah, guys, I might win against my dad. I already won against my dad once.
Points late in half. I absolutely understand
Pretty sure by
that.
2 touchdowns.
But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Where's Tom Brady?
Now a play fake here on first down. And this one goes nowhere.
Wildcats never
Losing
work,
yardage
actually.
back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down.
Yeah,
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
20-yard line.
Mohamed Sanu there to make the grab. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that conversion and carry it into the second half.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
What's onside kick?
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Garoppolo now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that
Get out of here.
Incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy
Oh,
for you.
really?
They're physical
First
group,
time
and we just saw
doing
it there on that
Hail Mary,
play.
pretty much.
He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Catch that, yes.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon.
Do the hell of the Marys.
That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure at
and then I'm
today's
gonna get it
NFL
back.
and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
He's airing it out for Sanu.
Catch that.
And got his man complete.
Oh my gosh. What the heck happened?
But not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Was that lagging?
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Oh, no. At least I still get the ball.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
Let's go.
It's the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Oh, never mind.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne.
A million people are trying to tackle you. Only one did. That was me. Number 51.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
It's a run or a pass.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
But I don't know how that was just keep on bouncing on top of my head, and I didn't get it.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo, and that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
What are you trying to do, a field goal?
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Oh, he's got...
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Get out of here.
It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Never actually saw Edelman tackle much people. It's just
13-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
Oh, I thought you were going to catch that.
And it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
No.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
So
and
close.
Spot him at the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers,
under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Brady.
What the heck? Why does this play not work?
Again.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
I did.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying?
See?
Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal. Brady gives to Michelle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Really?
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Okay, my defense better be
the
good.
Offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Brady now to throw. And my goodness,
He has the catch, though.
They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped.
Let me guess.
In the end
You were going to do a Hail
zone.
Mary.
And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
No?
So a tough pill to swallow there.
Really?
Would be a
No Hail
touchdown
Mary?
pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was
Good job,
right
number 71.
except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Check 11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the... He's got daylight. The 30. 20. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory.
Let's go, boys.
A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards. This is something that we know that they like to do, incorporating him out of the backfield into their passing attack.
And it's not just a check down option either. This is a full part of their offense, and they rely on the fact that they can get the ball in his hands.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kendrick Bourne there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.